Many attends, only few understands. Remember, always listen to the inner voice to the point of infinity where the mind meets the muscle at the intramuscular junction that forms the mind-muscle connection. Drop all egos, no obsession, just lock it down. This is Fitness Talk Show on obradiofm.com, the art of sculpting without tracing. All right, you're welcome to Fitness Talk Show on obradiofm.com, the art of sculpting without tracing. You know, in Fitness Talk Show, we have quite a lot to discuss about. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be a bit special today because we're going to be looking at some things that are very, very real. You know, most times there are adages we live with, oh, fit today, strong tomorrow, a sore today, strong tomorrow, and all of those things. And we try as much as possible to consider how important it is and how good is actually this is going to really help us in terms of inspiring the change and promote a lifestyle of wellness and intentional growth. And again, you know, in this episode, it's going to be different because today is going to be like train today, shape tomorrow. You can imagine when you say train today, train tomorrow. What exactly am I talking about? So we are writing down everyone. When I mean everyone, determined to build a better version of themselves and maybe through a consistent training and healthy living. You know, one thing about shaping up, people have a lot of misconceptions about it. But before we go into the detailed discussion today, don't forget this is still Soye. Questions and comments and probably an inquiry is highly, highly needed. And the line to call is +234-8143-714-093. And it's good you follow me on my socials, Fitness right, we're back now from our short break, and I told you that this is a discussion that you also need to make a contribution because this topic, as we're looking at it, reminds us on that effort we invest in our fitness routines today lays the foundation for the strong, agile, and confident bodies we want tomorrow. The only way you'll be able to get that tomorrow is for you to make sure you train hard today, just like we have mentioned. Train today. Just to do that, whether you're lifting weights or stretching through yoga or going on a run, engaging in any physical activity, every move counts. You see, There are a lot of times we don't consider the principles. And there are a lot of times we don't also look at things that are extremely very important. And what are the things that we're talking about? You see, in fitness, every move counts because the grip is directly proportional to the intensity, and the intensity is what determines the twitch of the fiber. So these are things that are correlated. So if you don't understand, you won't understand. It's just like we have the diabetes. Diabetes is a brother to the hypertension. Hypertension to arthritis and many more. They are like chains. And that's exactly, if you got it right, definitely you are going to get all of these other things put together. And it starts with the grip. It starts with the grip. And the next goes is the rhythm. We shouldn't forget that every other movement that counts for us is the rhythm of the movement, a synchronized movement, a movement that has to do with precision, a movement that has to do with understanding and listening to the inner voice, a movement that has to do with the way you push, a movement that has to do with the way you feel, and a movement that has to do with the way you resonate to every other action. We shouldn't forget that any movement we are making, probably it could be a single action movement, where or simple lever system, where every other thing is going to be added. Probably you have like the bench press, and you're doing the bench press. Every other thing that is moving by the side is a secondary support. The primary action is the movement where the pectorals, the effort comes from the pectoralis. That's a simple lever system. So you must always at all time understand the twitch we are using. So every movement counts in your repetition, every movement counts in your set, and every movement counts in your first and last rep. It matters a lot. And that is where the growth comes from. And that is where the shape comes from. And that is where the sculpturing comes from. You see, in OB radio, we say it's the act of sculpture without tracing. Nobody has ever been to the gym by having a trace of what exactly you want to look like. I've never seen before. The only way you could do that is for you to just go into the gym and probably have what you want to look like right in your brain and begin to structure yourself. So it's an act of sculpturing without tracing. So for this act, for you to sculpture, it starts with this step. And for you to actually get to where you want to get to, it has to do with more steps. So for steps, is something that we have to put into total consideration for us to actually achieve it. And because steps count, this is the reason why we need to take every step into consideration. Now, at the heart of the talk, we want to talk about physical fitness. It's a domain that starts with showing up and being intentional about your movement, building strength, endurance, flexibility, and cardiovascular health. Not only enhances our physical appearances, but boosts our energy levels, immune function, and longevity. We all know that studies has confirmed that yes, strength training helps to give us strength, build our immune system, help to balance our blood sugar levels, and again help us in terms of our skeletal frame. And one thing I want to let you know is nobody's too old, frail, or fragile to get into fitness training. It's extremely very important. Studies have confirmed that those that are going through weight control challenges or aging comes with a loss of a slowdown of caloric and metabolic rate. You see, when your caloric and metabolic rate begins to slow down, that leads to aging, where you begin to lose muscle mass to age. So we need to, at all time, understand all of this. Now, there is another thing that most times puts us off, which is what we call the soreness and recovery. It's the soreness and recovery as we challenge our bodies. Muscle soreness becomes an inevitable companion, of course, but instead of seeing it as a pain, we see it as a growth, because if you don't soar today, you won't be strong tomorrow. Understand me very well. Soreness is a result of a twitch of the fiber, and you need this twitch for you to have that maximum growth you are requesting for, or for you to have the mere extension that you're talking about. And soreness can only come if there is a twitch. And if you don't soar today, definitely you won't be strong tomorrow. And that's again that if you don't train today, you can't be shaped tomorrow. So it's important we understand why soreness is something that we shouldn't see like any other thing, but we should see it like growth, not like pain. Because soreness is a sign that your muscles are adapting and becoming stronger. And again, we discussed active recovery, foam rolling, hydration, which is something that I always want to talk about because hydration is one thing that we shouldn't joke with. It's something that is so important. It helps us in every function. It helps us to take oxygen into the bloodstream and power sleep as key tools to bounce back stronger. You see, there are some tools that when you try as much as possible to get involved in fitness training that you shouldn't joke with. And what are those tools? We are talking about sleep. We are talking about relaxation. There is no way you get involved in any physical activity without going through the rest principle, the sleep principle, because those are the tools that will actually help the system to and be able to help to normalize the body and prepare it for the recovery for the next action that you need to take, you need to do. Rest is something that is not laziness, it is a fuel. Our bodies rebuild and grow during periods of rest. That's when recuperation takes place. We emphasize the importance of structures rest because it's something that will actually help you if you try to structure it into your programs. In your training plan, and the role of deep sleep in 2 months balance is something that one need to consider because that is where the muscle recovery and brain health benefits from. So rest is something that has to be considered very well because that is the only way we'll be able to recover. That's the only way we can help us in terms of hormones balance, help us for muscle recovery, and also help us for our brain health. That's the importance of rest. And when we talk about brain health and rest, it takes us to mental health. Training today isn't just about the body, it shapes your mind too. Because fitness is more of the mental than the physical. Exercise is a proven mood booster because it helps to change your mood. It reduces stress, anxiety, and depression and enhances cognitive functions. Everything will be responding. As we train, we also strengthen our discipline and resilience and confidence. That's why they say that those that goes to the gym occupy space, their life matter. I'm going to go on a short break again when I'm back, but I want you to be part of this show. I want you to tell me something. I want you to ask something. I want you to make your contributions, make your comments. There are inquiries to make, but again, we should try as much as possible to start doing something. We shouldn't wait until NCD is right in front of us, which is a non-communicable diseases that has led to sudden and unexpected death to quite a lot of people. We know we live in a society, a fast-paced industrialized world where a lot of people meet early deaths today due to avoidable conditions like obesity, arthritis, some of these hypertension and many more. Only very few people appreciate the fact that physical fitness training is going to go a long way in solving such problems. A lot of people find solace in overeating. Some also find solace in trying to make sure they smoke, they go into taking narcotics and lots of things. All of that is not something that is really going to help you. The only though modern medicine is trying to see how they're going to get a cure for it, but at the moment it's beyond the use of drugs and vaccines. I'll be right back after the short break. But I need your comments and your contributions for us to do this show and bring it to a reality because your points and your contributions you're going to make is something that will actually help me and be able to take us to where exactly we want to get to. But don't forget, train today was shaping you tomorrow. That's why I tell people that yes, my body has turned to gold. Because if you spend a decade training yourself, definitely you are going to be like gold. And that is exactly what Christ demonstrated as his last part of the beat when he was moving across to Golgotha. It was not just a demonstration of whatever the Filipinos were doing. It was actually a demonstration of strength and recovery. I'll be right back after the short break.
Hi guys, hope everyone is doing fine out there. So my name is Mike Kunder. I am a fitness trainer and also a CEO of Fitness Masters Zambia. So I am based in Zambia So I want you guys to keep watching FTV, as we will be posting our fitness tips and fitness talk show there, and also always listen to OB Radio. And don't forget to like our page, Fitness Masters Zambia, and also follow FTV and OB Radio on our various platforms. Thank you very much.
Hi guys. My name is Timon Moyo from Zimbabwe, based in Botswana. Please keep watching FTV. Also, always listen to OB Radio. We're kicking live. Fitness is our lifestyle, you know.
Hello everybody, this is your boy Kabodwin Mundikwa, all the way from Botswana, the CEO of Duncan Jakes Auto Repairs, and we reside in the second city of Botswana, which is Francistown. I want to shout out to OB Radio FM and FTV, for I love their programs, and they're very nice, they're interesting, they're got knowledge, and I love their music. They got taste in music. You guys, you should follow these programs that are always happening in OB Radio FM and FTV, and you should catch me too on this Radio FM and the TV station, for I'll be your mechanic expert.
Hello beautiful people, my name is Duke Nicholas Duke Belema, a business owner and the head chef at Chef Duke, right here in the city of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Keep watching FTV and always listen to OB Radio FM. I am there.
Hi viewers, this is Dr. Vasant Narayanan from Tanzania. I am a sports physiotherapist working in sports clinic called Sinus Physiotherapy Clinic in Dar es Salaam. Keep watching us on FTV and listen to OB Radio FM, our fitness talk show. We are there to help you. Welcome. Thank you.
Hello guys, good afternoon from Smart Motor Garage, Rufoti Gambia. I am Lavin Fadera, CEO. Yeah, keep watching FTV and then OB Radio FM. I am in.
Alright guys, this is Gentle Jack. Keep watching FTV and OB Radio FM. Don't touch the dial. Thank me later.
Hello guys. My name is Coach Marcelo from Cello Fitness. I am a fitness trainer, and also my country is Zimbabwe, guys. Always keep watching FTV and keep on listening OB Radio FM.
I'm actually waiting for you to make a comment and contributions, because it's something that we need to do together. We need to make sure we try as much as possible to see how we're going to take a step. So the step count, and that's exactly what fitness shows for you. You know, fitness is something that you could set the anatomy into resonance before even getting home or getting to the gym, because it's something that will actually move you. And one area that is extremely very important, no matter how you twitch the fiber, no matter how you count the step, no matter how you do your repetitions or set, the only thing that is key, that is actually going to help us normalize, whether you sleep or not, whether you rest or not, if you don't take that, then there is a problem. And that is where we say it plays an important role in us, because it's more like the fuel. Nutrition is one thing that plays a major role. It's very important in our life. The food we eat is our body's building block. That's where the fuel is. So permit us to dive into the important areas of balanced nutrition, because that's exactly where the whole thing lies. Highlighting the roles of proteins, looking at healthy fats, complex carbs, and micronutrients. Our post-workout meal today is fuel the muscle development, and it's fuel for muscle development and fat burning potential tomorrow. There is no way you are going to train within the hours of 30 to 45 minutes. You are not replacing lost calories, because that's exactly what is actually going to prepare you for the tomorrow. And from what we are discussing, we say train today, shape tomorrow. So if you do that, then definitely there will be muscle development and fat burning potential that is going to actually help you tomorrow, because the fat burning potential comes when you fuel. And I always want to let you know that you need to learn how to eat your calories. Eating your calories simply means we need to understand what our calories are. If you understand what your calories is, regards to your biotype criteria, which is your body type of how the ectomorph, endomorph, and mesomorph, that will actually help you to actually do that. But a lot of professionals and a lot of professors have told you that yes, you could be an ectomorph and later remains a mesomorph, and you could also be a mesomorph and later comes back to be an ectomorph, which I totally agree with them. But most times you could play a combination of the both, and that's when we say your body has come to go, because you could be a mesomorph person and later an endomorph, and because you really want to hit it down, at that point when your body is an endomorph type, you could hit it down and bring it back to a mesomorph type, which is the athletic build, and that's where we are really hitting it. So you must understand it. You must make sure you get the food right. You must make sure the fat you take is important to what your body type is. The relativity between our macro intake and our body type is something that cannot